What up, y'all? It's Mellow Mellone. I'm here in the stew right now. I want to give y'all a quick little rundown of this new song that I got coming called New Days, coming off of one of my next projects called Mr. Malone. So I already recorded the verse and the hook, and I'm going to break down how I engineer it so I get it ready for all platforms once it's going to be released. So yeah, I'm going to break it down for you guys and check it out. Let's go. We got the unwanted takes. Mute those. Play the good take. Don't remind him of his old ways. He been thinking of them school days, but it's time to make a new play, new way, move on from that old phase. That time when he had a good girl and he let go for the bad hoes. He was fiending for a new world, and that was a place you can't go. All right, that's the raw recording. It's a pretty good recording, so it should be an easy mix. Put some compression on it, you know. Okay, let's see how that sounds with the compression. Don't remind him of his old ways. He been thinking of them school days, but it's time to make a new play, new way, move on from that old phase. So that sounds pretty strong with the compression, but we want to balance it out with the EQ. So let's do that. Okay. Let's see how that sounds with the EQ. Don't remind him of his old ways. He been thinking of them school days, but it's time to make a new play, new way, move on from that old phase. Alright, that sounds a lot more balanced now. So next, we're gonna take care of the small peaks and then the S's. We're gonna use a de-esser for the S, for the hissing sound, the S, and all the high pitch levels. We're gonna balance out all those high pitch noises. So we got the de-esser on there, and that should balance out the high levels a bit more, the more high pitch noises. So then we're gonna mess with the volume a little bit with the gain. Make sure the gain is right, make sure the volume is right, the overall level of the vocal, the voice recording. Let's see. Yeah, but when they don't hear that pain, when you still carry that disdain, paintings on top of murals, old hoes replaced by new hoes. That sounded a lot better right there. Bad habits not as taboo as the ones that came before. It's the same knock at the door. Better not tell them where your home is. Draw them out, then end up homeless. Better carefully pick them homies. Okay, so we got the compression, the EQ, the de-esser, we got the gain. It sounded pretty good. So we're gonna move on to the hook. We got about 5 vocal recordings for the hook in high tone, mid tone, and low tone. We're gonna mix them together so it all harmonizes nicely. We're gonna start with the mid tones. We're gonna do everything that we did for the recording that we just did. We're gonna do that and a little bit more. Since this is the hook and I kind of sang on it, we want to make sure that everything is sounding right. Good times it could get. Oh, hold up. Okay. Bad boys remember good days. Cross streets and look in 2 ways. Choose that same thing in new ways. Bad times flirt with a cute face. He owe it to himself to let himself come see a new day. So that's the raw recording. So we're gonna do what we did earlier, and we're gonna fix the compression, the EQ. We're gonna add the de-esser in there, but we're gonna add some reverb, also do the gain, and we're gonna add a limiter on there to make sure that we don't have any levels that peak too high. So let's do all of that. Bad times on last I menu. What you trying to get into? Trying to conserve that. It's a lot of bass in that. That spirit in you. You owe it to we're gonna use the EQ and lower down the low frequencies a little bit. Okay, since we lowered the low frequencies, that makes it so the high frequencies stand out a lot more since we lowered the low frequencies. So we're gonna balance it out some more and bring down those high frequencies some more, and probably the mid frequencies too. Okay, so we added compression to the first vocal on the hook. We added EQ to equalize all the frequencies in the vocal recording, and threw in the de-esser to balance it out some more. Next thing we're gonna do is add some reverb, like a little echo effect, just to soften up the vocals a little bit, because since this isn't the rap part and I'm singing on here, so I want the vocals to be a bit softer. I don't want it to hit so hard. I want it to be more smooth. So that's what the reverb, the echo effect, helps a lot with. So as you can see, right now that's sounding a little strong. So when I throw in the reverb, it's gonna soften it up a bit, and I'm gonna have to adjust the reverb to get it at just the right level so it's not too much. So it sounds a lot softer now, but the reverb is a little bit too much reverb right now, so I'm gonna adjust it so it's not too much, so it sounds right, so it's balanced between smooth and strong, or strong and soft, if you wanna, whatever you wanna call it. Yeah, that's sounding a lot better now. And I'm probably gonna use this one as the lead vocal out of all the other vocals that are in the hook. Since that one's gonna be the lead vocal, I'm gonna have that one sound the strongest out of all of them. I'm gonna make the other one sound slightly quieter, slightly softer. This is gonna be the strong lead vocal in the hook. So that one sounded good right now, so I'm just gonna add the gain, make sure the volume's right, and the limiter to make sure it doesn't peak anywhere. And then I'm gonna move on to the other vocals. All right, so we're good on the first vocal for the hook. And I have a second vocal that I recorded. I recorded it exactly the same as the first one, but the reason I want two of them is because the second one is gonna be the background. It's gonna back up the lead vocal. Even though they're both the same, they're gonna sound different. So I'm gonna play the first one again. Bad boys remember good days, cross streets and look into ways, choose that same thing in new ways, bad times flirt with a cute face. So it sounds fairly strong, but not too strong. But this second vocal is gonna sound a lot softer. For example. Bad boys remember good days, cross streets and look into ways, choose that same thing in new ways, bad times flirt with a cute face. So you can hear it's a lot softer than the first one, so we're gonna combine them both to create that chorus effect that we want, so they sound nicely together. Bad boys remember good days, cross streets and look into ways, choose that same thing in new ways, bad times flirt with a cute face, he owe it to himself to let himself come see a new day. That's good for the mid vocals for the hook. Now I recorded two more that I sang in a higher pitch and one more that I sang in a lower pitch or octave, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna work on those next. Okay, so now that we got the mid vocals out of the way, we're gonna do the low vocal. I'll show you what that sounds like. And I went ahead and already mixed it, so it's got all the effects on it already, so it should be sounding about right. So I don't want that to be too strong because, you know, I have kind of a deep voice. The lower frequencies tend to be a lot stronger, so I don't want it to be too loud, so that's why it sounds so low. But even though it's low, you can still hear it pretty well. I just don't want it to overpower all the other vocals, so it's about where it needs to be. So since that's done, let me show you the higher vocals now. So these are the higher pitch vocals that I recorded. Also, I already mixed these too, so again, they should be sounding about right. again, the higher pitch vocals tend to pierce through the other vocals because, I don't know if you guys know this, higher frequencies have a smaller wavelength. In other words, that means that, something small can pierce through things that are bigger than them, so I have to keep those kind of a bit low too. So they're about where they need to be. So I'm gonna show you guys what it sounds like when they're all played together. Overall, this is about 5 vocals that I recorded. So here's what they sound like all together, and here's how the hook is gonna sound.
Bad boys remember good days, cross streets and look into ways, choose that same thing in new ways, bad times for with a cute face, he owe it to himself to let himself come see a new day. Bad times don't last like men do, what you trying to get into, trying to conserve that endo, or all that spirit in you, you owe it to yourself to let yourself come see a new day.
Yeah, perfect. So that's the hook right there. Normally, before I move on to the hook from the verse, I like to mix my ad-libs. This time I just kind of forgot, so I would have had the ad-libs done already, but we're gonna go ahead and do them now. Now these kind of ad-libs that I recorded on here, there are a certain type of ad-libs. I call them highlights. Basically, they're me just repeating things that I said on the verse when I was rapping. I say them at the same exact time that I said them in the verse, just to make it stronger. Just, they're backup vocals, so just to give it a little bit of oomph. I went ahead and mixed these already. I'll play them by themselves so you guys can see how that sounds, like how that goes.
Love is always by the school days. Make a new play from that old face. Had a good girl, bow for a new world.
So they're a bit lower than the rap verse, because I don't want them to overpower the verse again. So I got them a bit lower. I use compression, EQ, the de-esser, the reverb, the gain, the limiter, all of that. Maybe I didn't really need a limiter because it's already a bit low, but it couldn't hurt though. So I'll show you what that sounds like all together.
Don't remind him of his old ways. He been thinking of them school days, but it's time to make a new play, new way, move on from that old face. That time when he had a good girl and he let go for the bows. He was fiending for a new world, and that was a place you can't go. Young boy making big decisions, being tempted by new addictions.
Okay, so they're just to back up the verse, so that way it sounds a bit more stronger, puts more emphasis on those main parts that I really want to emphasize. So, yeah, that's it. That's the first verse, that's the hook right there. And I got the homie doing the second verse. He just hasn't recorded it yet, but when the song is done, y'all will hear that. So, the name of this song is called New Day, and I feel it's got a very insightful and positive message that speaks on a lot of important things that a lot of people going through certain struggles can really relate to. Y'all will see this coming. This is coming off of one of my unreleased projects right now. It's going to be called Mr. Mellone. It's a very personal project to me, so that'll be coming soon. I don't have a release date yet or anything like that, because right now I have 3 unreleased projects that I got coming soon, and this will probably be coming a little bit later, but giving y'all like a little sneak peek, showing y'all the process and everything, just for those of you that are keeping up with my work and things like that, for my day ones and for my new people. So yeah, y'all stay tuned. It's Mellow Mellone, and I'm out.
Don't remind him of his old ways. He been thinking of them school days, but it's time to make a new play, new way, move on from that old face. That time when he had a good girl and he let go for the bows. He was fiending for a new world, and that was a place you can't go. Young boy making big decisions, being tempted by new addictions. All dreams of brand new depictions, painted by people fictitious. Had to get away from lying bitches, had to get away from lying niggas. No matter where you're going, every day faces, familiar spirits. It was time to go and get that check. It was time to chase something better. Yeah, but when they don't hear that pain, when they still carry that disdain. Paintings on top of murals, old hoes replaced by new hoes. Tattoos covered by tattoos, bad habits not as taboo.